At this point, you will have shot all of your dialogue video and sent it to your editor, and we're going to take a look at how to put things together in terms of editing. So I want to go back to a classic Hollywood movie called When Harry Met Sally and show you the end dialogue, which is very, very famous in movie history. And we're going to look at how they edited together a dialogue for the actual movie and maybe try to emulate that a little bit in our process. So I realize that we have not maybe shot the coverage, the same kinds of depth of shots that they have shot in When Harry Met Sally, but you can at least take a look at the fact that when you are doing dialogue, it's not all line, 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 line. Whoever's speaking doesn't have to always be on camera. Sometimes you can get a reaction shot in there. So it'll at least open up that possibility for you. Even if you didn't shoot it that way, you can at least look at the fact that sometimes somebody's speaking, but the reaction shot is what's on screen. It's not always, like I say, going back and forth to whoever is speaking, and that's exactly who you have to see on screen. So we'll take a look at exactly how this scene has been shot after your terms today. So take out your notes if they're not already out, and here are your terms, and I will return. So I'm going to set up the scene for you from When Harry Met Sally because it is a spoiler. I don't know how often you watch old 80s movies anyway, but at the point that this scene, this dialogue occurs in When Harry Met Sally, Sally can't stand Harry. She wants nothing to do with him. He's said a couple things, done a couple things, and she's pretty much written him out of her life. On the other hand, Harry has realized that he has fallen in love with Sally. So it's New Year's Eve. He wants to approach Sally and he wants to tell her, you know what? I've decided that you're the one. So he's got an uphill battle because she's already moved on. She is not interested in him at all. And so what happens from this point? This is a dialogue that you probably are going to watch without thinking of details, but we're going to go back, and after I show you this dialogue, we're going to look at exactly some things that were done in it to pretty much mess with your emotions and get you to buy into the story. So for the first time that you watch it, just watch it, and at that point I'm going to talk about a couple things that exist in this dialogue. And then if you really are into video production, after class, go back to YouTube and go to Jeff Pitcher and find this again and watch it again with the perspective of what we talk about. And you're going to see that this dialogue was not just randomly put together, but put together pretty meticulously on purpose in a certain way. All right, so Enjoy one of the best dialogues in movie history from When Harry Met Sally's conclusion.
For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It has.
I've been doing a lot of thinking. And the thing is, I love you.
What?
I love you.
How do you expect me to respond to this?
How about you love me too?
How about I'm leaving?
Doesn't what I said mean anything to you?
I'm sorry, Harry. I know it's New Year's Eve. I know you're feeling lonely, but you just can't show up here, tell me you love me, and expect that to make everything all right. It doesn't work this way.
Well, how does it work?
I don't know, but not this way.
How about this way? I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I love that after I spend a day with you, I can still smell your perfume on my clothes. And I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night. And it's not because I'm lonely, and it's not because it's New Year's Eve. I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
You see? That is just like you, Harry. You say things like that and you make it impossible for me to hate you. And I hate you, Harry. I really hate you.
What does this song mean? My whole life, I don't know what this song means. I mean, should old acquaintance be forgot? Does that mean that we should forget old acquaintances? It doesn't mean that if we happen to forget them, we should remember them, which is not possible because we already forgot them.
Well, maybe it just means that we should remember that we forgot them or something. Anyway, it's about old friends.
The first time we met, we hated each other.
No, you didn't hate me. I hated you. The second time we met, you didn't even remember me.
I did too. I remembered you. The third time we met, we became friends.
We were friends for a long time.
And then we weren't.
And then we fell in love.
Okay, I am guilty. I like romantic comedies. I know it's not a macho thing. However, I will say that this is an excellent example of not only great acting, but great script writing. And in terms of editing, it looks like one seamless scene as you watch it. You get into what they're saying, but what you're looking at is 37 different clips. It is actually edited together with that many different clips. And there are not only dialogue shots, but there are reaction shots. So what you're seeing right now on the screen is just a graphic that shows probably the moment at which he changes her mind when he states these lines that you are reading right now. So take a look at them and read them. And I'd like you to notice that shot number 1 is your standard dialogue shot with you looking at Billy Crystal. And shot number 2 is a reaction shot from Meg Ryan as he continues to speak. So if you look at that, it is a little bit heavier on in terms of dialogue where you're seeing the person actually say the line, but there are quite a few reaction shots where you can hear Billy Crystal's voice or Meg Ryan's voice and see the reactions, mostly in terms of how she's reacting to what he is saying. You can see her face change and that sort of thing. I also like the fact that the dialogue is written so well that she never says I love you, but instead she says I hate you, but conveys the exact opposite. Excellent job in terms of saying one thing and meaning the exact opposite. And you have to look at the actors in terms of being able to pull that off. So saying I hate you but meaning I love you, I think is a stroke of genius. But in your dialogues, you can take a look now because your job right now is to cut your dialogues to the point where they are very interesting. Get rid of the boring stuff and include the interesting stuff, and go from there. So that is going to be our job today, is to, if you haven't already, send your stuff to your editor, and your editor is going to put that together. I will give you the weekend to complete this dialogue, but on Monday and Tuesday, we are going to be grading your finished dialogues, and so we'll go from there. All right, let's go live right now.